Hello, my crafty friends. It's Erica here from Me to You Paper Crafts, and I'm coming to you with a fun fold. It will be posted a little late. Normally I get this out on Thursday, but you really won't see this until maybe tomorrow or over the weekend sometime. I don't know why it you say publish now, and now doesn't really mean now, I guess. But anyway, look at the card we're going to be making today. I'm pulling out the chicken stamp set again because this is still available. And the thing I love the most about the chickens is the fact that there are two stamp sets that you can purchase, and they both come with a set of framelits. And the framelits are interchangeable because there's framelits for all kinds of elements for the chickens. Like there's this cute little hen house. There's a lovely little sign you could put, for sale on there. You've got some eggs that you can cut out. You've got this beautiful stalk of corn with the leaves and the corn itself. You've got this lovely little fence here, the chicken wire fence. You've got a variety of different chickens to cut out. You've got a stump to cut out. And on the other stamp set, you've got more chickens to cut out, a bag of seed, a happy birthday, some chicken scratches in the dirt. You've got a banner for a birthday card. You've got a cute little fence. I go on, and a cute little chicken and a cute little bow tie. I mean, it's just phenomenal, phenomenal set. If you like chickens. I love chickens. As many of you know, I have a collection of chickens in my kitchen. I'm not allowed to have real chickens, as I've said before, because my husband figures he'll be the one doing all the work. And he's probably right, because I'm so busy in my craft room all the time. All right, so let's get started. So I'm not quite sure of how I'm going to be putting my card together, but I want to show you this cute fun fold. It's, I should have looked up the name. It's, I don't remember what it's called, but it'll be in the blog post. There'll be a link to my blog beneath the video when I post it to YouTube. So basically, it's a regular size card front. You cut half a sheet of 8.5 by 11, so 8.5 by 5.5. You're going to score it in half, and then you're going to score it again at 2 1/8, and you're going to fold it back. And then I'm going to give you the directions for actually cutting this piece off here. Then you need 2 pieces of the basic white cardstock. Both of them are 4 by 5.25 inches, and then this one you're going to cut down, and I'll show you how to do that. And then you can stamp different images on different panels. I've seen this card done also with, sort of like flowers going up here and flowers going up here and more flowers along the top here. So there's lots of different things that you can do with this card. So once I give you the basics of how to put it together, you can decorate it how you like. So I went ahead and I pre-colored and pre-cut my chickens just to make it a lot faster than coloring them directly onto the cardstock. So I've got a couple of chickens here. I may do another one. Then I just cut out a bunch, used the dies and punched out, or not punched out, cut out a bunch of things. I hadn't yet used the corn stalk with the little pieces of corn, or the little corn cobs and the leaves. And then I cut 2 of these seed bags because I'm going to cut out the label for one and put it on the other bag. I cut out a happy birthday. I love this happy birthday die. Really cute. Let's pull my light over a bit closer. This is really sweet. I've cut out a whole bunch of these and put them in a little bowl on my desk so I can just pull out a happy birthday whenever. I cut out 2 of the banners, birthday banners, because I'm going to make a birthday card. And oh my God, look at these adorable little chickens. These will be great for Easter. Look how cute they are. And you can actually probably pop up this wing. Yes, you can. Isn't that the sweetest thing? So I've got 3 of those. So we'll see what we do with our card. Okay, so the first thing is the basics, the bones of the card. All right, so as I said, you need 2 pieces of your white cardstock, or you could use your Very Vanilla. These both measure 4 by 5.25. Okay. Here's my half a sheet of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. So I've already pre-scored it in the middle. Okay. So you score that at 4 1/4. I'm just going to use my bone folder. And then I've already scored it at 2 1/8 on the front of the card. So you scored it 2 1/8 on the front, and then you can fold that back. Use your bone folder to give it a nice crease. And there's the base of your card, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is, let me grab a pencil. And let me grab, excuse me. Let me grab my ruler. So the next thing you want to do is, you want to, on the card base, you are going to make a tick mark 2 inches up from the bottom, because you need to, the height here, and then you're going to cut across to that center fold line there. So I want to go up 2 inches. Now I can just use my grid pad here. So my grid paper, each square is 1/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 inches right there. So I'm going to put a little tick mark there, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to be cutting from this tick mark right up across to that center line at the top here. Okay, so you're basically cutting it off so that it goes like this. Okay, so let's pull in my trimmer. So up 2 inches from the bottom left-hand side. All right, and then we're going to line up your center score line right in the track, line that up, and then find this tick mark. So you often have to jiggle back and forth. So I've got this tick mark lined up in the track here, and then I'm going to move this to the center score line. Then I check again at the bottom. See what I mean? Every time you move it, it moves it again. So just keep jiggling it until it's in place. Okay, that looks pretty good. And hold it down tight, and then trim that off. Okay. So there's your card. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, I've got an overhang here. I don't know why that happened. I'm pretty sure I scored that at 2 1/8. Let me just try that again. Let's go down here. I'll go down here to the bottom of the trimmer. 2 1/8. Maybe I was off a little bit. I was off a tiny, tiny bit. Yep. So you line up at 2 1/8 and then score it. So I was off a tiny bit. So what I will do is, you see my overhang here? So what I will do is I will just take my scissors and I will trim that. Okay. There you go. Nobody will ever know. All right. Okay, now you're going to be putting in a piece of designer series paper right here, and I decided to pull out the paper pack. These were the in colors from 2 years ago, and these colors will be retiring when our new annual catalog comes out. So these were the colors. These were the colors of Pretty Peacock. This was Terracotta Tile. Pretty Peacock, Pretty Peacock. And then this was the Seaside Spray. I've got them organized by pattern. Seaside Spray. And then we had this Purple Posy. And then we had a pink, and this pink is Rococo Rose. So those are all the colors, and they will be retiring. So one piece of advice I can give you is that if you did buy cardstock and you bought the ink pads, particularly the ink pads, and you did not buy the re-inkers, make sure you pick those up now, even before the retiring list comes out. They're retiring for sure. So you might, if you like the colors, you might want to pick up some extra cardstock, some more of this pattern paper if you really liked it, and make sure you get your re-inkers for your ink pads, okay? If you want to continue using those ink pads. All right, so what I loved about this pattern paper is it kind of has this chicken wire pattern in there, which is kind of cool. See, chicken wire. So that's kind of what prompted me to use this paper and the colors. So this is the Pretty Peacock. I love this color. Okay, and I already cut a piece of the paper here. All right, so what I want to do is, this piece measures, I'll tell you the measurement for this. This measures, this measures 1 3/4 wide by 5 1/4. So again, we want to cut this on an angle. So on this piece, you're going to make a tick mark at 3 1/2 inches from the top. So you see, we want to cut it on the angle here. So you're going to measure 3 1/2 inches from the top here. Okay, so I'm just going to put this back on my grid paper and go 3 1/2. So I'm going to count my little quarter squares here. So 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't seem right to me. What am I doing wrong? Maybe it was up from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 inches and half. Yeah, it's up from the bottom. My mistake. Right there. It's 3 1/2 from the bottom. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, perfect. So another little tick mark there. Then you're going to put this back in the trimmer. And you're going to match up this tick mark again with the top of this corner here. Okay, so there's my tick mark. And there is my corner. Okay, and you're going to cut this. Now, word of advice, again, is that when you're cutting, particularly, well, even cardstock, designer series paper and cardstock, and you're cutting at a point, I never cut down over that point because sometimes the blade can scrunch up the paper. So always cut from the more straight edge, or what you can do is put your cutting blade like in the middle and go down and then go up. Okay, don't come down towards the point because it can scrunch up your paper. Okay. All right, so this will now glue in here like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Tombow glue on here. So I've got a bit of wriggle room. Oops, I've got some excess on the top here. Let's just clean that off. So we'll put a bit of Tombow glue on here. And I like to line up the bottom. So center that in that panel and then line it up at the top. There you go. And I'm just going to take an eraser and I'm going to erase that little tick mark that's on there. Okay, so there is your front panel. All right, now we have to do more measuring and cutting. So, though you've got your 2 pieces of Whisper White, or this is my old stock of Whisper White. Our new white cardstock is called Basic White now. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside, and I'll do a greeting perhaps, and I'll do some stamping in here before I glue it in. Okay, the next thing we need to do is to take this second piece of Basic White, and we have to cut pieces to fit here. Okay, so there's a little trick to doing this now. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to make a tick mark 1 3/4 up from the bottom, okay? So again, I'll use my little squares here. So I want 1 3/4. So 1 2 3 4, and then 1 2 3. Okay, so you're going to put a little tick mark there. And what you're going to do now is you're going to put it in the trimmer, and you're going to cut from this tick mark up to this corner up here. Okay, so let's pull in the trimmer. So again, this point in the track and the tick mark in the track. Get those lined up like so. And see, my blade is at the top going towards that point. I don't want to do it from there. I'm going to pull this down here because I don't want to scrunch up. Okay, so this becomes scrap, this piece here. All right, now the next thing you're going to do is, it would make sense just to cut it down the center, but that's not how the panels work. You need to create about 1/4 of an inch gap between these two pieces in order for them to fit with this angle. All right, simple. What you're going to do is you're going to measure in from the left and the right 1 7/8. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down here. All right, so this is 1 4 5 6 7, 1 7/8 from here, and 1 7/8 from the other side. So 1 4 5 6 7, 1 7/8. Okay, just put 2 little tick marks there. So in between there you have 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so then what you want to do is bring back your trimmer and just line up those tick marks in your track. I don't know if you can see that in my video. Let's just see. I have to wait for my video to catch up here. Here's your track, and here's the tick mark. You're going to line that up, and then you're going to cut straight up. Or you can come down. Okay, you're going to cut that piece. Okay, and then here's your other tick mark. Again, line that up in the track and cut up. Okay, so you're basically taking out this little section between those two pieces. See that? That's what you're removing. Okay, and you can throw that out. So now you have these two pieces here. Okay, so these will fit quite nicely. Where did I put my card base? Here it is. So these pieces will fit inside here like so. Okay, and when you're gluing these in, you want to make sure that you put them all on the same, you know, level here. Just erasing my little tick mark there. Okay, and also before you put these in, you should be stamping on them. So I'm going to decide how I want to do my card first of all. So I'm thinking on the front I might put a chicken on the front. This, oh, here's another little tick mark here. Let's just erase that. So normally I would have stamped these and then colored them directly onto the white, but I wanted to save a bit of time for this video, and so I decided to color them and then cut them out, which adds a bit of dimension because I could pop this up on a dimension. So I might just have this chicken dancing on the front, okay, like it's going to be a party. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the front, because I'm ready for that. Okay. So again, I kind of center it at the bottom and let it fall into place at the top. Okay. So this chicken, I'm going to pull out some dimensionals and pop up this little chicken. They're lots of fun to color too. All right, we've got this dancing chicken here. Okay, now I'm going to open that up, and then on this panel, whoops, on this panel, I think I'm going to put this chicken on here. Now be careful the tail doesn't overlap on that score line. So what I'm thinking of is, I didn't cut it out, there is this really cute, well, not that a stump is cute, but you know what I mean? There's a stump in here. I could put this chicken on the stump. Here's the stump. So I might just run over to my cut and emboss machine and cut this out. Okay, so I have this cute little stump. So I might just have this chicken hopping on this stump here. Okay, so first I'm going to glue this down because I'm not stamping on it. I really like this card layout. It's kind of fun, this fun fold. Something different. Well, they're all different. Fun folds are different than your regular cards. So I'm centering this between those two score lines and then sticking that up there like that. Okay, and so I'm going to glue. I've got gluey fingers here. What I love about Tombow is if you get it on your fingers and you just keep rubbing, it rubs off, and just, you know, rub your hands over your garbage can. Try not to get those little gluey bits on the floor, on your carpet if you have carpet. I luckily don't have carpet in my craft room. Okay, make sure you look at your die cut to make sure you can see, you know, the front and the back. So I'll put a little bit of glue on the back here. And we'll stick this stump down. Oh, I'm getting glue everywhere today. I will get that off with I always keep on hand Q-tips. They come in handy for certain things. Okay, now this chicken I'm going to put on dimensionals as well. This is a happy hopping chicken, ready to celebrate somebody's birthday. Okay, now just watch this tail here. I'm hoping this is going to work. There we go. So I can close it. Okay, so let's go ahead and decorate the rest of the card. Now I don't really have anything else to, oh, I might stamp another chicken. Let me just see. So with these design elements, I really wanted to try out this corn. Love this corn. And it comes with these little corn husks. I'm going to use my tweezers. Corn husks to go on here. There's 4 of them. Now you might think, oh my gosh, that's too fiddly. But you know what? The corn husks, these little things, green things, there's 4 dies. And there's 4 dies for the actual corn. Okay, so it's I put a bit of old olive on my cutting plate, and I put a little bit of my I think this was crushed curry for the corn, and I put those 2 pieces of paper on my cutting machines with the 8 dies and just 1 pass. Okay, so it's not too bad. All right, so again, remember that the dies they do have a front and a back because there is some embossing on here. So just make sure that you know you know, which is the right side. Okay, so I'm going to use, here's my other little Tombow trick with a Q-tip. For these skinny little pieces, I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit of glue and I'm just going to kind of just pounce it on here. Okay, I'm going to pick this up with my tweezers. I like to use tweezers. Okay, and I should glue this piece down, but I'll put this on first since I've got the glue on it. And then I usually like to take a piece of scrap paper, this is my, and just hold it on there, rub it in. So because I'm, oh yes, I said I was going to stamp another chicken, wasn't I? Okay, so let's just do the corn. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the corn with my tweezers, and then I'm just going to dip it in the glue a little bit. Okay, and stick it on the corn. Hold it down with my fingers for a couple of seconds. Actually, I think the corn should have gone down first. Now that I think about it. I wonder if I can tuck that under there. This is the first time I've done the corn, so I apologize. I've kind of don't really know how this is. Okay, I can just lift that up. So let's get a bit of glue on the end of this piece of corn here. And let's just tuck it under. Yeah, you should do the corn first and then the husk. Okay. So let's do the next piece of corn. So we'll do one here. And another husk. I find doing work like this is kind of like doing a puzzle. You've got all your little pieces. Once you get them all cut out, then you can sit and start designing. I might just do three corn on here. Too much glue on there, but it'll dry clear. The Tombow dries clear. Look at that. Once that's put together, isn't that sweet? Sweet corn. Okay, so I think I am going to, let's see, I've got this bag of seed I might put in here, and I've got a fence. I might put that on the front of the card. Isn't that cute, that fence? Or behind the seed. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that yet. So let's glue this on. Bag of seed. Now what I was going to do with this bag is I cut out an extra piece and I thought I would create this label. So if I cut out, it's got stitching on here on the label, so I'm just going to trim out that center piece there. like so. Use my tweezers, put on a bit of glue, and put it on the bag. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put the chicken on here. So let's glue this down. So I'm matching it up with the edges along the bottom here. There we go. Okay. I've got this happy birthday. Now, when you be aware of this as well, when you close the card, you don't want to put the greeting in the middle because it kind of just sticks out from behind this fold. You want to maybe put your greeting somewhere that the person won't see it. So it's not working out for me in here in this particular card. So I might just stick it on the top and have it hang over. I think that would be okay. So again, I'm going to brush on a bit of glue on here. So this is going, I'm not going to put any glue on that Y because that's going to hang over here. Actually, I could put it crooked. I'll put it crooked. I don't mind crooked. Okay, so let's just add a bit of glue on here. And we'll put this on like, oh, actually we'll put it on just like that to follow that angle. I like that. Let's do that. So if I didn't do the corn, I probably would have had a spot to put that happy birthday, but it might have been just a little bit too wide. Okay, so I've got a couple more elements I want to add. I've got these adorable chicks. I might as well use them, have these running around. So let's just put a bit of glue on these guys. Whoops. Ugh. Making a mess, Erica. Let's put this little guy here. I think I want one on top of the sack of green. That would be kind of cute. And then let's put a third little chick maybe on the front of the card. Add some color. You put him like right there. I'm going to put him on a dimensional. Get my little mini dimensionals out. Let's put him right here. Is that all the fiddling I want to do? I think it is. Yeah, I don't think well, we could put the fence down there. That's kind of cute too. Sure, let's just do the fence, seeing as I spent the time cutting it out. Just add a bit of glue. Let's put this fence on here. Okay, there's our card. Now, you don't have to go to this amount of detail whatsoever. You could make a card. You just pick any stamp set and make this card a lot more simple. But there you go. There is your, so you've got a little bit of element on the front here with the chickens, and then you open it up and you can see the inside. So yeah, I'm kind of happy the way that turned out. I'll bring in the other one. This is more of a, this is a different one. I actually stamped out the balloon and colored it and hand cut it out, and then elevated it with a dimensional for that. And I added some Wink of Stella everywhere, which I will probably add a bit of Wink of Stella on this card as well. I love that Wink of Stella. Adds a little bit of shimmer. So there's your fun fold for today. I hope you enjoyed it. So again, in the details below this video, there will be a link to my blog post with all of the cutting and scoring measurements and pictures. And there will be a list of the supplies, and they link directly to my online store. So if there's anything that you would like or need, then you can purchase from me. And I would appreciate your business. That would be great. So thanks again, and we will see you soon. If you'd like to join me on Facebook, I do a Facebook Live every Monday morning Pacific time at 10 a.m. And you can join me over on Erica's VIP Crafters. And that's where I usually do a card layout and show you how you can take a layout and make a card. And yeah, so I'd love to see you there. So thanks again, and have a super duper weekend. Bye for now.